Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like this no flame candle of thought driving this blue Audi, who obviously thinks that that blue and white sign and then black and white chevrons mean turn right and go the wrong way round a roundabout. Or this one-pedal bicycle thinker in front in the pickup truck, who is to intelligence what a box of scattered drawing pins are to the Tour de France. Or what about this pair of crayon-eating delinquents who've obviously got the intelligence and mental agility of a paper cup? And then there's always twats like this with their scratch lens thought process who for some reason unbeknownst to man indicate right and then move to the left. Say hello to Richard everybody, this week's Darwin Award nominee, another real Bobby Dazzler. We'll be coming back to him a bit later. Ah yes, the Range Rover, the status symbol of many a driver who is in the upper echelons of society, who look down on mere mortals and minions like me and you. And this one appears to have less patience than a disused or demolished hospital. And of course, when one has got such high standing in the community and in the Darwin Award nominee Hall of Fame, you get to park wherever you like, just like this paper propeller philosopher. That right there is the peak of arrogance and the trough of intelligence. This one's not only a Darwin Award nominee, this is a Mother of the Year Award nominee. Driving along with her phone in her hand, with her kids in the car of course, not in a black Range Rover, black Land Rover Discovery. Same paint, different brush. As we can see, she's got the little kid in the front there, and she's made the very prudent decision of strapping the kid in with the seatbelt, which is very wise because she's probably going to be needing that seatbelt at some point, considering she's driving along and looking like, as you'll see in a bit, as if she's having a video call with someone. There's about another 4 minutes of this dry fountain of intelligence, driving along doing exactly the same thing as what you've seen her do now, demonstrating that she handles decision-making, common sense and driving safely the same way as a block of butter handles being thrown on a hot plate. Nothing quite says that you've got the mental agility of a cockroach and you're more inbred than Lurpak than speeding down a slippery country lane and ending in a ditch. You got to be a real deleted file to drive like that on them sort of roads in them conditions, ain't ya? No need to worry about oncoming vehicles, just turn right across their path. And no need to worry about school or education either, just act and drive like a backwards nonce. Stand on a similar theme of no school and minuscule intellect, have a look at this pair of blank ticket philosophers. Intelligence of fish bait, these two. And nice to see he's remembered to bring his yellow bag, which he uses to carry round his bib, his colouring book and his crayons, most of which are going to be half eaten. Ah yes, the roundabout, something which is pretty easy to comprehend and to negotiate when you've got an IQ above 50. But when you're a smooth-brained flat earth enthusiast, then negotiating a roundabout is just as hard as a wood pigeon answering questions on quantum physics. Everybody's waiting patiently in this traffic queue on this two-way road. Everybody apart from this no-bulb lamp of thought in the Volvo, that is. That driver's so inbred, I bet his shoes are gluten intolerant. Nothing lets people know that you eat your soup with a fork and you've still got your mum on speed dial, like swerving all over the road for no reason at all, not keeping a safe distance and hitting the car in front straight up the arse. As mentally switched on as a solar-powered torch in a coal mine, that one. Now when it comes to identifying members of society who are, shall we say, mentally challenged, for want of a better word, one of the biggest indicators are they drive a BMW and just pull straight out in front of you. Another one that handles making good life choices the same way as a toaster would handle warming up ramen noodles. Guys, sorry there was no video last week. I had untold technical difficulties. Laptop died, got it fixed, got it back, died again, lost loads of stuff off it. In the end, I ended up replacing it. Anyway, all back together now, so hopefully should be business as usual next week. Right, let's crack on. Ivor Biggin speaking, Transport Manager. How can I help you today?
Hello, mate. It's Joe. Joe Blunt, the new bloke.
Oh, hello, Joe. Have you tipped that DHL trailer yet?
Yeah, about that, Ivor. I forgot to wind the trailer legs down. Now the trailer's on the Roger Moore and I'm cattle trucked.
No problem, Joe. This ain't my first rodeo dealing with mugs like you. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Right, Joe. When you're finished in that yard, showing everybody in there what a no-needle compass philosopher you really are, park the truck up, put the keys under the sun visor, and get a taxi to the job centre. You unstuffed scarecrow. Now, Joe Blunt, from the last clip, he was driving the DHL wagon. I reckon he was definitely him who was driving this one. The person who sent me this clip didn't give me any information about it, didn't even give me their name. Now feel free to fact check me and correct me if I'm wrong, but last time I checked, a small road between two houses is not the ideal place to dump 30 tonnes of used tyres. Now as we can see, there's a mountain of used rubber what's been dumped in that road now, and all I can think of is that the empty cupboard philosopher who's responsible for this, well, it's a pity that their dad didn't use rubber a few decades ago. I could be wrong, but this does look like England or Ireland looking at the back of them houses there. What do you lot reckon? Now, I'm not saying this is fly tipping, but if it was, I'd love to know what the fine would be for doing this. Let me know down in the comments. This is that new government scheme where if you drive a 44-tonne truck, you can just park on the pavement and fully block it. Either that or this one-sock thinker is on a mission to discover any water pipes or gas pipes what might be under the footpath. Now, there's a few people being a bit cheeky with these next set of red traffic lights here, but this real blank canvas in the red transit, he's got more cheek than Tess Holliday's got on her backside. That's how you do it, son, straight through that old red light. Don't worry about them cars coming from the right, they can just wait. He is to intelligence and road safety what a plugged-in electric toaster is to a jacuzzi party. Now, road junctions and traffic lights are a pretty easy concept to understand. Basically, green means go, red means stop. But when you're as accustomed to driving safely as a traffic cone is accustomed to being a chess piece, all that goes straight out the window. And of course, when the car that you drive is equipped with the 4 circles of privilege and the head that you've got on your shoulders is equipped with 4 very inactive brain cells, where do you choose to park when this space is available? Well, right in the middle of the road to have a chat with your mate. That's exactly where you park. He is to intelligence what salt is to a slug. OK, so as promised, this week's Darwin Award nominee, this is Richard Keedwell to be more precise, from Worcester. So a few years ago, young Richard here got done for speeding. Nothing major, 35 in a 30. And on the advice of a friend who's a renowned armchair expert on the subject of absolutely everything, radar included, he decided, I'm going to fight this to the bitter end, death before dishonour. Anyway, to cut a long story short, 4 court appearances later, £21,000 in barristers' fees, £7,000 in court costs and £2,000 in travelling and other costs, all for the judge to still find him guilty. I'll put a link to the news article relating to this down in the description below. Now, you've always got to be careful when you're driving through the supermarket car park because you never know when you're going to come across Dot on the wrong side of the road with a carrier bag full of Battenberg cake and Garibaldi biscuits, a dashboard full of Werther's Original, aka Nonce Nuggets, not concentrating because she's listening to Desert Island discs on the old wireless set. Staying on the theme of supermarket car parks, if you drive a Bentley and your brain retains knowledge the same way as a colander retains water, then that's how you park and leave your car. On the plus side, the driver has got a very appropriate number plate, TUT, totally uneducated twat. And here's another living and breathing flatliner proving that the money can't buy intelligence, common sense or style. And even though that McLaren is an extremely high performance and functional vehicle, the driver's brain obviously functions as well as a watchmaker wearing boxing gloves. Nothing lets people know that your brain's got the same amount of electrical activity in it as a tin of Heinz tomato soup, like crashing your e-scooter and going arse over tip. I bet there's more holes in his logic than what you'll find in a 20-year-old dartboard. Some people out in society do really good things. In fact, some go on to be the pillar of the community. But this no-hook fishing rod of reasoning in the Audi is so soft the only pillar he's going to be is a memory foam one. There's 2 unplugged kettles in this clip. First one's the one skate thinker camping in the outside lane, making everyone undertake him. Second one is this dry riverbed of ideas philosopher who thinks it's an absolutely brilliant idea to stop dead in the outside lane of the M40. All because his mum and dad are obviously first cousins, he's never been to school and he's got 0 emotional or impulse control. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. There's a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a good weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.